Please remind me of your name.
Saxon.
Jackson.
It's like Anglo-Saxon.
You know,
Thank you. Blessings.
I suspect there is no incarnate being who is.
Oi!
Close into the yeah, we need a little more space. Let me move these.
When it comes down to it, I got my head right through here, so it's gonna hit me too heavy.
If you're slender enough, you might just go right through.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I mean, this looks fabulous, but
In the yellow.
I think on the yellow.
The yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure that the flag is gonna be. You should make sure that the flag is gonna come straight out. I mean,
I think he knows. Oh.
flex it.
how does it look, Geshe?
Very, very good. Very nice decoration, huh? Very, I love it. Very, very good. Wonderful. Oh.
Here, I'm going to bring this around here.
Pretty good too,
I have them all here. Six.
No, not that. Window.
Across the stairs, so people shouldn't be walking up on the porch in the morning.
right.
Yeah, so first thing in the morning, I think we should try and get no one's walking up on the porch or downstairs.
Yep.
What time you coming?
All right. Here are the dakinis. Here are the Kurukullas.
Surrounded by mosquitoes.
Sentient beings.
Yeah, right.
That stink.
Someone makes it happen, that would be great. But I don't know how just communicated to Mom and Maggie to during refreshments.
Are you going to put this up tonight?
Yeah. Yep. Everything has to finish tonight.
It'll be a late night.
Wife is an attorney, she does copyright administration. It's so complicated. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Especially publishing. Yeah, we should actually email. Yeah, definitely. Right.
भनेर सक्यो म यहाँ बस्दैन तिमी यहाँ बस्ने हो हामी हुँदैन घर हो हामी साथी मात्रै गरौँ भनेर थियो अनि साथी मात्रै गरौँ हुन्छ भने पछि मलाई के होला है मलाई भुल पसिदियो क्या अनि मैले त अनि ज्यापचुप समातेर मैले लिदिएको नि
दिएको मतलब लामा नै होइन
In this weather.
Oh, yeah.
And last night was full moon. So nice.
Last night the full moon?
Yeah. So nice. Perfect.
Okay.
Just perfect. All the glue I want to use is dry.
Sonam, Princess Sonam. So that was the old time. Thank you.
Good.
How it looks, Scott?
Yeah.
How it looks?
Good. How are you?
No, here.
You need help?
Front.
Front?
Yeah. It's okay?
Oh yeah.
It's all right, huh?
Yeah, looks good.
Hey Scott, you want to just get a
콜로칸 따야돼. 예. 저런 게 콜루찌텔로 모습 사보랑 맞아 진디 순이대 여보자 이끼는 마살 먹에 빠든지 내는 맞던 참. 에이. 니 버리도 저런 짜티 잡잖아. 라스. 누구야? 어서.
Does it see me? Is it on? Hello, welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh shop, brother. And this is where there's Tibet Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And back off. And this is not Chinese. We made just one Chinese card. And it's fake. Yes, we made it fake. So you can buy your own Tibet Yu-Gi-Oh Tibet card. See you later.
Bye. All right, you made it. So have a great day.
Sit there.
Bye.
Mary, wait a minute, Mary. And the four of you there?
of groundwork, which I also wouldn't have anticipated. But Geshe and Wendy, who's the director, have planned everything down to the last detail, including these announcements which I'm about to make to you right now. So, first of all, because His Holiness is on his way, we're asking that people settle themselves, do what you need to do now in terms of making a final trip to the restrooms.
And everyone else lined up on that. Stretched out pretty much on the so we'll have a couple at that end. There is one person in the green polo shirt.
One meet and greet, 5 guests, one mayor of Medford.
Two minutes.
How many? What?
Oh, you had to come out.
It's in your. Would you know
Anybody like a palette clearer? So, well, oh yeah.
Wait, just keep talking to me. I can't ask you questions. Just
Speed every 2 miles of speed. So 6 car lengths for 60 miles. Great. Then of course that was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Lieutenant, can one of your officers go?
Are you okay, Mom? Are you okay?
He's coming here. It's a wonder. Come on.
그래도 여보 좋아. 야, 예.
Yes. Your Holiness, may I introduce you to some Medford community leaders? This is the Mayor Michael Green, Mayor of Medford.
Welcome to the city of Medford, and thank you for the wisdom and compassion of your teachings.
저는 여덟 누가? 여덟 누가? 해야 돼. 와, 찌 매일 죽을. 공 매일 살아. 매일. Thank you.
Your Holiness, this is Sheila McGlynn, Mayor's wife.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, this is Reverend
Yes, yeah.
David O'Leary, Tufts University, the chaplain at Tufts University.
Yes.
And also Reverend Hank Purse.
Oh, sure.
Of the,
To have you here.
And they're
on behalf of all of the clergy.
Thank you.
All of the clergy. And this is from the children of my church to make sure that you stay warm at night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness,
Thank you.
Captain Tachara representing Medford.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Geshe.
주셔. hand.
Hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, by the way, Your Holiness,
Yeah,
we
that's it.
have a vision for the center.
Oh, I
We
see.
have a vision, maybe Your Holiness will bless our vision for the center, for accepting to benefit beings.
Mia, hello. 옆에 오래.
Mayor, Mayor,
Mia, 야, 오래.
Mayor, come. You're not going to the garden. Yeah, we know each other. You just forget I'm next slide.
최고 된 시야 야말로. 야말로. 아, 진짜. 이거 다시. 이거 다시 해나? Hello. Watching food. Oh yeah, very pleasant. Inside is quite warm. Like picnic, sit down. Please gather with. Oh. Excuse us. What did it? There. No.
All right, just.
어떻게 이래? 아. 네. Dobrze. Ja jechałem już. Hello. Start the program, please. If you have. 근데 제주에서 떠나면서 그거 아니나?
So So we start there. We start
Yeah,
there.
you should start.
Do the sweet rites blessing.
You can start with the prayers and then in the meantime do
Yes, so do the sweet rites blessing. Food blessing. Okay.
In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from listening to teaching, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from listening to teachings, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from listening to teachings, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, who doth and know the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaktic land, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise men, I prostrate. With pure bodies, formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Thus free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one gone thusness I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path to sublime pure reality, to the dawn that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified for realization, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the sublime community intending virtue I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all 3 we respect, as many as all realms, atoms, and all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew, or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning in a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of supreme, subdue the foe of false, deterred by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. We'll skip to the short mandala offering.
No hot sutra either?
야, 저래다. 가자. 땀발라면 산재를 뭐지? 땀내 군소 송마 Have tea, have tea. 진 제시 두개. 가. 왜 그래? 영원 전에 나서 매도다 대신도 나서야 돼. 我想也对，绝对叫做上当的，叫了叫吧。快别下去对不对？没得吧？那怎么动嘛的？那怎么动嘛的？摸去，怎么动摸去？No need chanting now. Okay. 刚给读这一年说呢，道同学宝贝这个坦白圈的这个活动的了，长生喽。呀，他其实那个的确实的，现在这里就是叫的，想搞不清。
Today I've been able to briefly pay a brief visit to Geshe Center, so it gives me great pleasure. Last year when I was in South India, Geshe approached me with a request that during my next visit to Boston, if I could visit the center. So I told him that if it is convenient on the way, definitely yes. So today I've been able to fulfill that promise, so I'm quite pleased. So you have all extended me a very warm welcome, and particularly I would like to thank Mr. Mayor for coming to receive me as well.
As you know, I always emphasize the people from different country or different area. It is better to follow or to keep one's own tradition. So America, basically Judeo-Christian tradition, and to some extent Muslim. Then maybe some other small religions maybe there. So therefore, it is better or safer to keep one's own tradition. Because in the past, some my friend, one example, one old Polish woman, actually she was, I think since many years, the member of Theosophical Society in Madras. So I think since 56, I think we become friend, that old lady. And after 59, then eventually she want Buddhist, and she practiced Buddhist teaching. Then after some, I think few years, then at the end of her life, it seems the Christian concept seems to see come closer her mind. So therefore, I noticed the person who changed religion sometimes creates more confusion. So therefore, it is safer to follow one's own tradition. However, among millions of people, some may have sort of, some their mental sort of, inclination. One's own tradition is not much effective, so no longer any interest, but at the same time, want some spirituality. And then eventually Buddhist sort of way of approach, Buddhist way of practice is more sort of, suitable, or find more interest, then develop interest. Like Tibetan, among Tibetan, of course Tibetan, around 6 million Tibetan, I think more than 90% are Buddhist. But some Muslims there, at least last, I think, at least 4 centuries, some Muslim among Tibetan there. In 20th century, some Christians also, some Tibetan follow Christianity. So some Christians there. So likewise, the West, mainly Christian, Judeo-Christian country, but among them, some individual may have more interest about other tradition, particularly tradition of India and particularly Buddhism, like that. So suppose here, American, but you see, Kasulta, which I think great effort reading those Tibetan words. I think without knowing the meaning. In any case, so now since you really,
since you have developed deep interest in Buddhism,
I hope Kishilage chance of shuktemni, forced in conversion,
it is my hope that you have not become Buddhist because of Geshe-la's forcible conversion.
If that is the case, I will oppose. If Geshe-la generally sort of teach you about Buddha Dharma and give you some kind of choice, leave it sort of free choice, then okay. So I think I have to say, Geshe-la, since many years I know him, and he, I think, very, very sincere sort of practitioner, because when I give some teachings, some major teachings in India, he often come. And he, not among sort of audience, some when teaching sort of lasted few hours, then some audience remain like that. But Geshe-la not like that. Always very fresh and often tear. When I becoming sort of so moved and tear comes, then he easily is joined. So that means he had some genuine feeling, some experience. So I would like to thank, as a follower of Buddha, and I myself, a follower of Buddha, a tiny follower, a small follower of Buddha.
Maybe Geshe-la is even smaller.
But in any way, one of the main practice of Buddha Dharma, especially according to Bodhisattva sort of teaching, the dedication to serve other, not only this life, but infinitely. So one of my favorite sort of prayer, so long space remain.
As long as space remains and as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of sentient beings.
So that's some kind of our pledge. Pledge, my way.
It's like the pledge of a Mahayana practitioner.
So with that motivation, in whatever way, some service, some help to sentient being in general, and particularly human being. So now, the real blessing of Buddha must develop within ourselves. Buddha always stress to his follower, my follower, you are your own master. So the follower of Buddha ourselves should practice well. And through that way, we gain more, firstly, I think first level, we gain more inner peace. And with that, when we come across some problems, I think man-made problem as well as natural problem, like old age, and finally death, illness, some other sort of difficulties. When we come across these, because our inner peace, some kind of inner strength, we can be better positioned to face these problems. Then eventually, I think Buddha's teachings' main emphasis is, main task is struggle with our negative emotion. Our goal is Buddhahood, complete salvation.
Complete freedom.
So the path, not a ceremonial thing, or not necessarily retreat, or ritual, but transformation of our mind. So in order to take transformation of our mind, firstly, we need wisdom and enthusiasm. So enthusiasm also much depends on the wisdom. So therefore, in order to gain wisdom, knowledge is very important. So study is very crucial. According to Tibetan tradition, and our Tibetan tradition is actually the pure tradition of Nalanda. So I think the Nalanda tradition, the study is very, very crucial. So study as much as you can. That gives you deeper awareness about the reality, external reality, internal reality, present reality. And on that basis, there is also the possibility of change. Change is also part of nature. Always change, always change. With certain effort, change can be more positive. So therefore, the study should know, get the knowledge, fuller sort of knowledge of the reality, and then through that way, eventually you will develop some kind of enthusiasm, to transform, for transformation of our mind. Because we want happiness. Nobody wants suffering. If there is a way to overcome suffering, then it is naturally worthwhile to pursue. So, knowledge, then that bring enthusiasm, and enthusiasm or determination with self-confidence, then practice. So the practice level, shila,
ethical discipline or morality. Next is the training in concentration. And then finally, training in cultivating insight into selflessness. So the question is, how do we apply the practices of the three higher trainings, morality, concentration, and insight or wisdom, into our day-to-day life? So the first stage is to refrain ourselves from indulging into negative actions that are harmful to self and others. And if possible, on the level of ethical practice, one should also be proactive and help others.
And extreme self-centered news.
Then try to decrease intensity of one's self-centeredness.
Selflessness.
However, when we speak of selflessness in the Buddhist ethical context, one should not confuse or understanding it in terms of, sort of suggesting some kind of total disregard to one's own interest, because the very sort of premise of a spiritual path in Buddhism is to seek liberation and freedom. As for the second training, which is the training in concentration or meditation, although in our day-to-day life we do not experience this training in a very high degree of development, but at the same time we do experience instances of a single-pointedness in our day-to-day life. So what is required is to try to enhance this natural capacity that we all possess. And here the key is to really cultivate mindfulness and vigilance or introspection. And then with regard to the third training, which is the training in wisdom or insight, in the Buddhist context, although the key insight that we are aiming to cultivate is the insight into no self or anatman, selflessness. However, when we speak of no self or anatman in the Buddhist context, we are talking about understanding the manner in which things exist. We are talking about a certain characteristic or nature of reality. So in order to ground that understanding, one must also have a deeper knowledge of the diversity of phenomena upon which we are trying to cultivate this insight of no self. So, although these three higher trainings, particularly the higher training in concentration and wisdom, the highest level of them do come later on as one progresses on the spiritual path. The standard qualified states of concentration and wisdom arise later on. However, in our day-to-day life, we do possess sort of similitudes of these faculties, such as single-pointedness and also insight.
Oh, yeah. So, since serious Buddhist practitioner keep these three trainings. And then other prayers and the recitation mantras, these are short actually.
These are something that is done on the side. The main practice is the 3 higher trainings.
아주 바바 망구찌기 바바지고의 말이 개미 망구찌기 다 지금 더번더야 다 나장야 조체 삼도야디 투쇼신세 아주 노리사 중요하래.
However, in the case of many traditional Buddhists, such as Tibetans, that also includes the Chinese Buddhist as well, sometimes there is a tendency to get the priorities wrong. We tend to regard the mantra recitations and chanting as the main component of the practice, and then we leave the contemplation and the reflection side with regard to the 3 higher trainings as something done on the side. We can say that through the practice of 3 higher trainings, one can definitely attain liberation, moksha, nirvana. However, with the recitation of the Om Mani Padme Hum, the 6-syllable mantra alone, and there will be no possibility of attaining liberation.
자, today 인자 내는 이제 점으로 점이 처음 못 온다. 제 땅도 들은 주석집에 나고 쳐래스. dumzen통 내가 셰베 터는 나고 쳐다. 생각했어요.
So therefore I tell to a lot of people, partly as a joke, partly serious, that now that we are in the 21st century, we Buddhists must try to be a truly 21st century Buddhist. And how I define
Tibetan Buddhist.
Sorry, 21st century Tibetan
Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Tibetan Buddhist. Let
me rephrase it. I tell my partly as a joke, partly as serious, to my fellow Tibetan Buddhists that now that we are in the 21st century, it is important that we should try to strive to become a 21st century Buddhist, which I defined in terms of being able to practice Buddhism on the basis of sound knowledge and understanding. So although Geshe-la's hair looks white now, but his heart and mind should be fresh like the new century or 21st century. So that's all. Thank you. So finally, I would like to ask to the members of the center to continue with your practice and your recitations and so on. And other than that, I have nothing more to add.
Jambe Bayu Chedra Kambada, Gondo Sambo, Tena, Descendi, Teta, Kundi Cheso, Taulos, Gawan Deda, Tamja, Rodo, Mo, Tambajik, then comes to Chambada, Tambani, Shendo, Sawa, Tenzin Punu Shendo, Tumbai, Tambayu, never Trashi, show, Ruybe, Ruyame, Omayeda, Shamana, so. 조준호 주변 산재다 조선 보통자 당로 고소수 지세남과 다다니베 순제에 관한 면내배 양안된 대배 살람 마셔게 봐도 양안된 면다 왔다 보 저라도 야고송도 제 대한 되는 사다 주다 매도는 건 내가 마시게 봐도 되지도